Thailand's Prime Minister Prayut is back in charge, flood updates from the north of Thailand, Facebook fake messaging scams, and Pattaya's police chief is reinstated too. This is the local and national news from Fabulous 103 FM, and it would be fabulous if you subscribed. It's easy. Click the subscribe button, and at the same time, click the like button too. With only a few expecting otherwise, the Constitutional Courts found late on Friday that Prime Minister Prayut hasn't been Prime Minister for 8 years, so can continue as such for several more years to come. The will they, won't they media stories over the past few weeks have seen Deputy Prime Minister Prawit take the top chair as Prime Minister, with Prayut sitting back, albeit as a minister, awaiting the outcome. The courts, well, they settled that his start date can only be calculated from the date of the Constitution going into law. So any time beforehand, several years actually, doesn't actually count in the count, which, according to the Constitution that he signed off on, states that no one can be Prime Minister of Thailand for more than 8 years, thus avoiding the chance of a dictator or monopolising of the position. The court, though, decided his tenure started on April 6, 2017, when the current charter went into effect, rather than when he assumed office following the 2014 coup that he orchestrated. Prayut was suspended on August the 24th as courts prepared to deliberate over the regulations and their exact intent. Either way, an election is due for Thailand within the next 6 months, which may just see changes anyway. In Samut Prakan, when police were called to a condo by neighbours complaining of smell, they were greeted by a single inhabitant and a gross, fleshy odour. When questioned about his girlfriend, he coolly told them that he'd taken her life before later disposing of her in various bin bags dumped under a nearby overpass. Police held the man as others checked the bathroom, which showed obvious signs of use, before trekking with the suspect to the overpass where, as he stated, they discovered her remains. An argument over his belief that she'd found another man is said to have led to the one-way attack. At an auction for the rich with kind hearts, 21 limited edition gold-plated cameras of the type used by His late Majesty Rama IX were auctioned off in aid of charities here, seeing one overseas businessman bidding 30 million baht for just 2 on offer, and over 240 million baht raised in total for worthy groups such as the Thai Red Cross. No word on why police are remaining tight-lipped as to the name of a juvenile who illegally drove a BMW, despite no licence and being underage, but Nakhon Ratchasima police are holding the 15-year-old who's said to have had access to and driven a BMW through a university area of the city, running a red light and killing a 24-year-old honours graduate who was teaching part-time to support his own way through a master's course. Now said to be in police custody, the youngster faces charges of driving without a licence, hence no insurance being valid, speeding and vehicular manslaughter. It's hoped he comes from a rich family, as he probably does, and that there at least will be some compensation for the dead man's family. Flooding remained in several provinces this morning after Tropical Storm Nuru, and more rain since that has passed over the regions. 17 provinces in the north and northeast report continued flooding. Regions downriver are watching river levels carefully as they're expected to rise from today through to Wednesday, and up in Chayapun much of the municipality is still underwater, with Phetchabun seeing levels slowly subsiding, and in most of the flooded regions, locals and even military teams are working to boost river walls with sandbagging. Meanwhile at home, a local woman was found beaten up at a short-time hotel just off the Sukhumvit behind Big C. Emergency services were called and treated the woman, who told police that she'd gone there to meet her boyfriend. However, the man's current or ex-girlfriend followed too and burst into their room, flailing wildly with a piece of wood, before beating both and fleeing with the man's handbag. No word on the man involved, but the lady, well, she needed several stitches. And in the same day that Prime Minister Prayut returned to his top table, so here in the city, the former police chief Colonel Kanlachai was restored to his top job after being temporarily reassigned during an investigation into the handling of a foreign woman's complaint of abuse, which saw her subsequently falling from a condo balcony and dying, and the claims that girls as young as 14 were working in Tree Town right under the noses of the local boys in brown. It was, to be fair, obvious that neither case directly involved the Chief of Police. In the first instance, the woman was interviewed by subordinates on the ground floor of the police station. The second issue best left to internal investigators. However, in both cases, no information has been released by authorities in weeks, leaving the public at least wondering as to what has been found by investigators. And if you get or got a message within Facebook Messenger telling you that your account will be deactivated, this is because someone's reported you for non-compliance or the terms of service, re-verify your account to avoid blocking, ignore it. It's a scam. It's designed to get you to share your password and other user details, and it's being sent to more and more people in our own region. Facebook will never ask you, they say, for your ID details or passwords in Messenger. And with the Met Office promising highs today of 28 dropping down to 25, with storms around at any time but may or may not actually come into our region. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.